Hey, everybody. It's another day on the island. Just kicking back, rewinding, also reclining, maybe a little rhyming. You never know how it's going to begin when you're here at the Nerd Castle. Welcome on back. Here is the remnants of everything I loved over on this side of the island. You see here, ended by a lightning strike that was quite a bit more manly than I. I'll probably whack some of this stuff and see what I can get back out of it. It may be enough for like one more chest. I'm going to drop my gold nugget real fast. It's better than the normal type of nuggets I drop, so don't judge me. We'll take the boards over here, and I'll probably put these on opposite sides, maybe. I don't know, far enough away from one another where maybe they won't burn each other down. I need storage space. Winter has been a bitch. That's what I will say here, is that winter has been largely pretty gnarly for me as I've been playing the game. It has not gone well. The days that I sleep through seem to be okay, but anytime I try to stay awake for like a longer period of time, it's just sort of like, things are probably going to go wrong for you very, very soon. I cannot wait for the color to return to the world as well. It's a little bit washed out right now. I enjoy colorfulness. Things that are washed out, I don't know. Oh, good, my sanity's falling off. That's funsies. Get out of here, you bastard. And so now we got him sorted out. They burned down my science machine. I mean, they've burned down a lot of stuff for me. It's been a little upsetting. They burned down my drying racks. Every time I start to get something up and running, I need a lightning rod very, very badly, but there's no gold like on the map anywhere. So unfortunately, it's been difficult to come by. It's been very, very difficult to come by. I'm hoping that at a certain point I'll be able to find some of it around, but are we getting rain again? Thought I heard water for a second. I heard drippling. And when I hear drippling, I should probably just use the charcoal for this. I'm not going to use it for anything anyways. There is stuff I could use it for, i.e. I could use it to make a crock pot, but I'd rather just burn it for right now. There's also some up here we can go and grab. There's no moon right now. The other day, a hella creepy thing happened where I live where the moon was coming up over the hills, but because of the curvature of the earth or whatever, I'm not really sure what caused it. It was some kind of visual mirage. But anyways, the moon looked like it was like ridiculously enormous for just like 20 minutes while it was coming up over the hills. And it was it was like stretched or something like that, but it was like blood red and everything too. It doesn't happen very often around here. We get harvest moons all the time, like the yellow ones and the orange ones, but that one was like blood red. I was like, damn, son, that's kind of creepy. If I was like a native or something like that, I'm sure that I would have some kind of cool lore around what's happening right now with like skin stealers or something. At least it's only wind. I mean, I probably shouldn't say things like that when I'm relying on the weather to stay good. Probably jinxing myself a little bit, but I don't believe in jinxes and hexes and whatnot. There we go. A little bit more of our stuff up off the ground and protected. I want a lightning rod bad, Nerd Castle. I want it real bad right now. So we're going to do some exploration. I'm going to see what we can do here. I went off that way. I may try to cut north this time around. We got to gather up all the seaweed as well. If we get a 20, 30 stack of seaweed, it looks like there may be something. You see that little... Looks like there's sand right there. Although it's kind of interspersed all over the place, so maybe there isn't. Maybe that's just like to throw you off and make you think there's something along the edges. Either way, we got to find a new landmass, and in that new landmass, we must exploit it for everything that it is valuable. I also need a backpack. Maybe I should make one of those right now. Survival kit, make me a backpack, yeah. Okay, so now that we've got more storage space, I'm going to bring the shovel with me. Is it morning yet? Please be morning. Yay, it's morning. I don't have to put in more fuel. All right. So there's all my stuff. It's left. I'm going to bring a fishing rod with me, too, just in case we find something useful out here. Is this the shitty raft, or is this the awesome raft? This is the raft of awesomeness, and also getting all of the sexual activity. Okay, so we're going to go and pick the seaweed. The wind is going to resist us this entire time. I can virtually assure you. The game has been very unkind in that regard. I think it sort of watches where you're going and then makes the wind. I've seen that in other games, too. I can't think of which one it is. Oh, the Long Dark. I think the Long Dark does the same thing where it kind of watches the general direction that you're moving in, and occasionally it just like rolls some dice and is like, guess what? You're going to be in the rain for a while. And then you're like, oh, but I don't want to. The waves definitely seem to be a lot worse out here, too. Makes navigation a little bit iffy. I think I may go down to this island over here and while around. Oh, please don't attack me right now. I would really prefer for you not to do what you're doing. That'd be great. Christ. Travel's a lot worse, too, during the winter, apparently. We haven't really gone out on the ocean much during the winter, so it looks like the waves are really, really riled up. They are not in the mood for our bullshit right now. I think they should piss off after a little while. I'm not interested in fighting them right now just because I don't have the materials at the moment that I'm going to require. In order, can I make a hat, by the way? Something to keep the rain off my head? There we go. That'll help out a little bit. It's not much, but it's something. We killed off wolves in the previous episode, so we shouldn't have to worry about hounds for a while. We got a couple of teeth, but nothing that's really too great. I'd like to make myself a dapper vest at some point, but we'll have to wait for that one to happen. It's just so consistent that the wind is always blowing in the direction that you don't want it to be blowing in that I assume that the game makes some calculation to mess with you the whole time. Oh, good. We're getting hail now. Well, that'll help out with our food supply, I guess. I missed a seaweed up there, but it's a little bit far out. It's far out, bro. And I'm feeling a little bit lazy at the moment. I don't want to go up there. It's too far. It's too far and it's too much. I give up and I quit. The Splattercat story. I give up and I quit by Splattercat. A novel. A novelization. Probably wouldn't hurt us too much to jump off the raft right here. It does look like we have maybe an available trapping area right here. We could probably get a whole bunch of crabs from this spot. Insert random pubic related humor. I'll probably grab grass while I'm down here because it did cost us quite a bit to make the hat. It's going to cost us quite a bit to do a lot of the stuff that we're doing right now. If I could gather up some of these, we could definitely get a new parasol. If I get 7 or 8 of these, a new island parasol would be great. I think we need fern, or no, I think we need some of the palm fronds, and it appears as though there's palm fronds over here, so hooray for me. That'll help out a little bit because that's exactly what I was looking for. I lucked into my own blunders. You know how crazy that is? Like, I left that there like 30 episodes ago, and in leaving it there, I set myself up to be okay like later on. Awesome. Superty-duperty. Goddamn monkeys. I hate them so much. Monkeys are the worst. Like, if I could hammer him, that would be great. And then he's going to throw Dookie at me once I get out of range, but he's not going to hit me because he has bad aim. I wonder how many Dookies he can throw in a row. Looks like several is the answer to that question. He should stay away from me for a bit now. And so while I work on this, you go ahead and chop down a tree because we're definitely going to need the extra resources. Almost got us right there. That one was right off the bow. Damn. Almost took us out. Grab a little bit more food while we're here. While I can. I could probably use the hammer to break down this chest. Yeah, that looks good right there. I may just burn those. I don't know. I'll decide later what I want to do with it. But for right now, I'm just trying to get ready before nightfall gets here. It might be worth it to sleep through this one, but our hunger's a little bit low, which makes me worried. Got some berries off that tree. Those will help out a little bit. The ice is definitely nothing to be, ridiculed either. The ice should be really, really helpful. You can fill up your hunger if you can get about 20 ice, which is badass as all hell. Go ahead and chop this tree down real quick. This one's going to have to be a victim to my long-term survival, because I think we're going to need at least 25 wood to get us through the night. But I replant, though, because I'm a good steward like that. I'm a druid, not a heathen, I do what I can. I'm going to eat that real fast because that'll help out with the HP situation. This will probably help out immensely with hunger. Save me some resources long term, considering I thought we picked up more seaweed than that. We got 5 seaweeds, so it'll have to do for right now. Eventually, this will be all over, everybody. Eventually, this will quit, and color will return to the world. Supposedly, it happens around day 35, 36, or 37 in there somewhere. I can't promise it, but it should. Got some bamboonies over on this side. Strangely, I was hoping that there'd be some seashells down here, but it looks like we are lacking in the seashell department. I'll probably just camp out over here. Let the fire do its thing for a bit. I don't think I brought my torch with me either. I think I ditched it on the ground, which is going to get me into trouble if I don't light up a fire right now. So let me do that. I'm going to burn the dookies because why not? I got nothing better to do with them right now. I do wish that I had some kind of shelter, but making one of these fires next to the trees tends to backfire and not work out so great for me. Or front fire, relationally, wherever the fire ends up being. Should be nighttime really, really soon. I'm going to work on my health by eating some ice. Basically the same exercise we've been doing this entire time. You should be able to forage your way across islands pretty easily if you just stay on your grind here. Especially if you're out in the rain, just sort of holding it down. Let me cook dinner real fast. I think the great limiter for us is going to be the availability of wood. And in fact, yeah, I'm just going to burn these real fast. Doesn't matter. I know they're valuable, but I just don't have time to mess with it right now, and I need the inventory slot, so it's one of the better sacrifices I can make. It looks like we're very, very, very low on grass. So by the time we get out of here, we should probably pick this place clean. Doesn't look like there's a lot, though. I mean, there's a couple of grass plants up there. But much aside from that, I think we're probably just going to have to operate on our own devices for a bit. Wonder if the ice melts when it gets too close to the fire. Little bit more hunger fulfilled. It's like a little mini game for me. Pick up the ice with Splattercat. Sanity's getting down to that edgewise region where we're going to have to start worrying about random hands trying to cramp out our fire and whatnot. I think, can we still make another fire with 3 grass? That's all we need? Okay, good. Add some wet fuel here. We got plenty of sticks, strangely enough, so let me throw those in there. I may try to sleep through the next night, assuming we can get enough grass to make it happen. Sanity's looking a little bad. Picking up flowers would be a great call, actually. We're on a jungle island right now, so we might be able to find enough flowers to either make a garland to offset the insanity gain during the day. Shit, every single time. These will not let me get my health back up above 50. I'm starting to wonder if that's the trigger, like if your health is too high. Because I noticed when our health was low, I didn't get struck by lightning, but I got struck like 4 times in a row when my health was at like 100. I'm sort of wondering. I like to know how games work internally. I'm interested in the coding and whatnot, and like the real parameters by which various things are decided inside the context of a game. It fascinates me because I lack the talent and skill to be a game developer, and so I would rather just know how it works since I can't do it myself. Put that right there. Probably eat some berries. Those tend to be okay for your health. I'm going to hold on to the seaweed for a little bit. It's day 35. Well, almost anyways. Usually when it saves, it swaps over to the next day. It should be day 35 very, very shortly. Perfect. It's day 35 now. It looks like I actually took all the flowers off this island already. It's a little disappointing. I was hoping maybe I could get something out of this, but is what it is. What happens if I destroy the monkey hive? There's a flower right there. A little bit wet, but it'll work out. I'm taking the ice from him because I don't like him none. Monkeys can get dealt with. And now that we are quite wet with regards to what we can accomplish here, let's head back to the raft. And I think I may go... We're already set up for an adventure down that way, like to the east. So I'm going to pick up grass while I'm here, just in case we got to pull another nighter out. I would actually love, 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 love. It looks like they don't want the bamboo, weirdly enough. I want everything but the bamboo. I'll pick that up real fast. The daytime looks like it's getting maybe longer. I don't know if it gained a slice. It may have gained a slice, but I might just be hoping. Might just be hoping a little bit too hard. If I can keep that squared away. Get back to the raft. Jump on board. Sit next to a fire might be smart, but I don't know. Let's see what's out to the east. I'm going to do my best to stay out of the way of any rogue waves in here. We need to find other biomes. We need to find like a Badlands biome. I've heard that there's new like bison type creatures in this game that you can actually harvest dookies from as well. It seems like kicking off a fight with a monkey colony is a great way to go if you're not that worried. What's this going to be down here? We're back in shallow water, so I assume there's something we're looking for here. My sanity's dropping off pretty rapidly due to the fact that, unfortunately... Oh, look at that. We found ourselves a swamp biome. I don't know if it's wise to get off right here. It might be poor planning. Little fart vents, I guess. Alright. Some little things to look at. And what's this over here? Looks like there may be something in these shallows as well. That might be a very, very small island. In fact, that's sort of what I'm leaning on right now. Some seaweed right here. I'll go ahead and take that for later. Seaweed is usually a pretty good indicator that we're somewhere near land. I dislike the prospects of camping out in the swamp, just because in the previous games it's a little bit risky. Got a little bit more over here. We definitely need to sleep, though. Yikes. Okay, well, we don't have any grass right now, so I can't make a bedroll. Where is this island at over here? There's definitely an island around here somewhere. It's getting real difficult to lock the little bastard down. There it is. I knew we'd find it. I knew we were on it. Alright, so now we found this. We got a new campsite. We got the wooden potato thing. I think we used that to build the statue of... what's his name? I'm gonna leave it here for right now. We need grass very, very badly. And if I can't get my hands on some... I'd like to make a bedroll and just bypass the night here. We got enough food to where we can get going. This actually just looks like a little sandbar, maybe. Go ahead and grab some of these little guys, too. That'll help out. Everything helps, because we just got to make it through the night here. This is going to be another one of our desperate evenings. Ooh, we got flint over here. That's pretty cool. Lots of pigmen living on the islands, too, so say what you will about these islands, but they appear to be really, really solid habitats for pigmen. Some crab holes right there. Sounds like a crude barroom term. You're like, yeah, I'm out looking for crab hole right now. I'm like, okay. To each his own, I guess. Survival-wise, I can make that right now. Good. I'm going to try and get it right up to the edge of the precipice for a minute, though. Because I don't know, this island's kind of small. I don't know if we'll ever come back here. If we could just pick this thing clean before we head back to base, I'd be a lot happier about it. We got some coconut over here. Lots and lots of food to be harvested. Probably not going to use any of these seashells for anything, by the way. It's just to get my sanity feeling better. You can make a seashell suit that I think makes you, like, immune to poison or something eventually. Haven't seen it on the list, though. It might be required in order for you to go to... I'm sorry, it might be one of those little things you have to wait out a bit. The flint is incredibly useful, and so I appreciate that. I don't know if I have... I'm going to save the seaweed till morning. You should always eat after you get up, not once, you know, you're down. So let's go ahead, and that used up a lot of my grass, but... oh, well. Cool. Sanity's looking a lot better now. I don't think we missed too much grass around here. And so our next goal is going to be... may have worked myself into a corner with that. That may have been a mistake. I don't know. Actually, there's a campfire on this island already, so I don't need to make a campfire. Let's hang out here for a little bit. Palm leaves. Okay, looking solid right there. If I could get the stuff together to make myself another parasol, that'd be great as well. Don't know if it's going to work out, but let's go ahead and chop some trees real fast. I like this little island. It's all sand, and the all sand biomes tend to be a little bit helpful for me. I don't really want the snakeskin anymore either. I may get rid of it. Got snakeskin right there. Basically, I might take this island for everything that it's worth and then just be on my way. It's not the nicest way to live your life, but you know what? Sometimes you got to get what's yours. Sometimes you gotta get what's yours. It's a hard decision to make, though, sometimes, especially if it affects other people. It's one of those adult decisions you gotta make, like, well, I can get mine, but now I gotta look at the fallout and the damage that's gonna be caused by me getting mine, and if I hurt too many people, then I don't feel like it's gonna be worth it. In fact, I don't really want it to hurt anybody if I can help it. Unless those people are mine enemies. And then we will crush our enemies, hear the lamentation of their women, and all that kind of fun Conan-inspired stuff. It's really hard to live your life by Conan rules, though. Living your life by Conan rules just seems to generally be in a good mood. Also being very tall and never gaining any weight seems to be kind of a thing. Did we chop that tree down perfectly? God, I love it when that happens. Awesome. Let's eat some food. It appears as though, to me, we've got enough food to last maybe, not the long haul, but we got enough food to last a bit. So that'll be alright. We got a pigman over here we can murder, too, if we just really, really, really need to get our hands on some food. He shouldn't be too rough to take out. Where was that campfire at? I also wanted to destroy these stones that are over here in the ruinous hope that perhaps they decide to be merciful to us and give us some freebie gold so that I can finally build my little... I can finally make myself... nope. Lots of niter, though. Or niter. I don't really know how that word's pronounced. I think it's an old word for saltpeter, if I remember right. It's not a word that's used anymore. There's a lot of that in geology. It's a lot of, like, old words from, like, medieval times that some people still use. Mostly guys that did their job back in, like, the 60s and stuff, like, they still use it. But nowadays... oh, I've got a whole bunch of... okay, so that's fine. Maybe it would be worth it, then, to take the raft out for a spin around the island before nightfall and see if maybe we could rip a little bit more food out of the sea. Just to make sure that we stay safe over the long haul. It'll also get it flagged up on the map in case we ever come back here so that we can make use of it properly. 5 flowers for right now. I'd like to pick up the extra coconuts as well and repopulate the coconut trees on our island. Coconut trees on our island, if you didn't see it, they got wiped out by a thunderstorm. And so unfortunately it's very, very difficult for us to harvest food from trees right now. Whereas before we had like a perfect rotation of stuff that we could rely on. Now we no longer have that. And so repopulating would be great. If I have to eat them, I have to eat them. You know, you got to survive. But if they could make it back to base with me, that'd be super fantastic. After this, I'll probably go back up and check on that little island up there. I don't know how small or how big the islands can actually be. It seems to me as though we found a couple of big ones and a couple of little ones so far. The little ones are easier to clear out faster, and the content seems to be more condensed on the little ones. Whereas the big ones, you tend to run into monkeys and other problems that'll cause you quite a lot of headaches if you don't jump in on it earlier rather than later. Sanity's dropping a little bit, but we finally got our health back up to a place where it's satisfactory. Go ahead and... there's a whole bunch of seaweed down here. Hell yeah. Perfect. If I could gather some bamboo out here too, that'd be great. I don't know if it's going to be available. I have the stuff for the shitty raft, so... oh, wow. There's a bunch of that stuff out here in there. Okay. I'm trying to save my grass right now in case you were wondering why I'm not, like, using my grass to start fires or anything like that when I've still got time left in the day. It's mostly just because I need it. In case I need to make a new fire, we need 3 of it. And so if I don't have it, it's going to kind of suck for it. Get away from those seeds. I need those. I need those more than you need. And he's like, how do you know? Do you know my eating schedule? Have you been stalking me? Have you been paying attention to the things that I consume and shove into my face? I don't think so, human adventurer. Get out of here. This is not your home and no one loves you. I'm like, oh, I think somebody loves me. Maybe. Seems a little harsh. That hurts, man. Maybe you should be kinder. You ever think about that? Dick albatross. Looks like we're about to catch another rainstorm, too. Okay. Well, if we're going to catch another rainstorm, I do wish this fire was a little closer to this tree. If it starts raining, we're going to want to camp out underneath it and hope for the best. I am going to... let's fill up our stomachs real fast. I'm going to cook all this off. And it'll probably keep us fed for the next day or so. It'll give us a full stomach for right now. And since we've got more than enough time to make it back to base, I think we'll probably be okay. Hopefully I don't blow my fire out down here. That would greatly upset me. Perfect. That's all cooked up. We're going to add the fuel over here. Looking good. Let's get our stomachs refilled. Awesome. Even better. 112 health, and we are looking mighty, mighty fine now. Finally making a little bit of a recovery. It's a rough winter. It's still winter right now, so don't forget, the universe can still throw a couple of hitches in our giddy-up if we don't really pick... is the niter flammable? I was going to say, niter's not flammable unless you mix it with... you need saltpeter, and I think you can get saltpeter from bat guano, you can get it from geological stuff, and then you got to mix it with something else that's got an old medieval name, and that's how you get gunpowder out. I don't remember exactly the process. I remember them describing it in that book, Timeline, which was sort of interesting. The book was way better than the movie, by the way. If you've never seen the movie, or if you've never read the book, I recommend the book. The movie was all right. It was just kind of off point. Like, it just didn't kind of do anything for me, I guess. I think if I had seen it before I had watched the movie, I probably would have liked it a little bit better. It might not be a bad plan to get some sandcastles done, too. And since one of our goals for right now... yeah, I can't have you stealing fire right now. I cannot have that. Let's just camp tight for right now. You know, I thought we were going to die from the poison like 5 episodes ago, and so honestly, this has gone a lot longer than I expected it to. I'd like to get some long-term facilities designed so that, like, over the long term, we should be able to protect ourselves a little bit better. And, like, we can create things that are semi-automated. So, for example, you can set things up around, you know, natural hazards that will kill them off, and then you can harvest them every couple days and run over there if they're non-perishable. Get out of here. Stop that. It's weird that we're getting the hands when we're at 126 sanity right now. I thought the hands started at 100 sanity. It's a little bit concerning. Either way, our survival is going perfectly fine. I'm always a bit of a panicker when it comes to winning and losing, and so you'll forgive me if I seem like I jump on the word doom train a little bit earlier than I should, but that's just me. I love being Chicken Little. Can I run them all the way back out? Huh. Might buy me a little bit of time. In fact, it appears as though it does. Perfect. Awesome. Day 37. I think this is like the perfect time for us to break off this episode. My name is Splattercat. We are still in search of gold, fortune, and anything else out here. Haven't had much luck with it. We could also use a pig king. That would work perfectly fine too, because I give him my compass or something and see what I would get out of the exchange. Still, none of those things available as of right now, and so we're just dithering, kind of running around the islands trying to make do with what we have, surviving as a forager on the land, doing a little bit of that hunter-gatherer type stuff. I will see you all in future episodes of Don't Starve Shipwrecked. My name is Splattercat. It's always fun to have you around. I hope to see you next time. Bye, everybody.